and Johnson. Holy shit, it got get back on Troy and ain't say shit. Heard he out here begging for Doc. I let the case spit get smacked down, thinking re-wrestling with all them Ray flips. Little shots ain't hurt Von Wick, I'm in the Matrix. Electrician, oh, he out here flexing with his power check. Had a nigga pushing up daisies, it's a flower set. You trooping with this nigga, then why y'all ain't deployed? I heard you was sliding, no Diddy, but won't slide for your. I was signed for 5 years and got blocked by COVID. You was signed for like 20 and still ain't got motion. You had legends in your corner and still turned out boneless. Just a Forbes list miss with a bad boy bonus. Look, CJ got no hit, Kirk got no hit. You ain't got no hit, so Pro Era don't exist. TDE East, nigga, ain't that about a bitch? You got a label full of artists, every blog post skip. I'm a D1 crash out, I'm dummy as it gets. Indian street food, a nigga made it off the wrist. A nigga made it out of wheel, but my name ain't Jay Smith. Thinking I ain't got his number, bitch, he authorized the hit.
Wake that up, wake that up, wake that up, wake that up. We got some smoke in the streets. We got some smoke in the streets. Y'all, welcome to the motherfucking channel. This is your host here, Lord of Lips, with another installment of a live stream. And we just gonna kick it, man. I am going live. I am a few dollars short, man. I'm a couple days late in on the beef, man. It has been nonstop since last weekend. I think they popped it off on Friday, I want to say. And in fact, I'm gonna try to find the timeline here. I'm gonna try to find the timeline of this beef. But I mean, we know this stems back from Joey released some tracks back in January. They weren't met with great reception at the time. Let me see. Okay, yep, we live. Yeah, they weren't met with the best reception. I think it was like The Ruler's Back, and he had another track he released back in January. I wasn't really a fan. See, here's my thing. Let's just go ahead and get straight into it. I'm liking this new aggressive. Thank you. You said, why does it say restream May 15th? Good look on that. I can edit that while I'm doing it. Let's go ahead and fix that. But I'm not a big fan of Joey when it comes to trying to be aggressive. He has the same issue that I have with Big Sean. And I'm going to talk about Big Sean, too, in this a little bit. But Joey tried to come back with The Ruler's Back. And then there was another song. I can't remember. Live stream. So 34. Rap Wars. Anyways. And he I think he had a beat by I know he got a beat by Conductor. But it wasn't hitting, man. It was not hitting like it should have been hitting. And I don't like the contrast between the smooth, jazzy beats that Joey was trying to ride on and the message he was trying to display. Now, this was back in January. Now, this new iteration that we're getting to Joey, right up my alley. Right up my alley. He's more aggressive. He's putting his foot on the gas a little bit more. And as more and more tracks get released, he's revving it up. Now, I do want to say to all the gentlemen involved in this, East Coast, West Coast, down South, Carolina, Atlanta, anybody that's joining in on this, which the more the merrier. Well, I don't know about the more the merrier. I will say I want some people to cut out. In fact, I wouldn't mind if we got a little ISO between Joey and Rayvon for a little minute, because everybody keeps doing this one thing, which is a huge mistake. They are stepping on each other's and their own diss records. So let me repeat that. These people are stepping on their own diss records. Now, we know we're a year removed from, the battle between Kendrick and Drake. And famously, Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams 40 minutes after Drake dropped his Nuclear Red Button record, which was Family Matters. And it took all of the air out of the room that night. So I don't know if that is the strategy that these rappers are doing. I do like when Rayvon spawns himself up into this beef. But the way Daylight and Joey are dropping, I do want them to slow down just a bit. Not only are they, I think they're stepping on their own records, but they are also not giving me enough fucking time to really break it down and really see what's going on. That's ultimately what this is about. That's ultimately what this is about. But I do want to say shout out to these guys for participating in this. They are not. They're leaving no stone unturned. They're doing whatever they need to do. I don't know if these guys are staying in studios or studios nearby. But Joey is taking on. It's so funny how this beautiful planet, this beautiful rock that we exist on, has a funny way of manifesting certain things. Because last month we sat on social media debating one gorilla versus 100 men. And in this case, it seems like Joey is taking on the character of the gorilla, and he is strong arming 100 men all by himself. Because despite whoever you think might have the better record out of these, some of these guys here, I think that no one can deny the fact that Joey is holding up on his own. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing that's not to be missed in this is that we have a situation here, I think, guys, where they could fall, and I don't want to come in being all negative straight from the jump, but I just got to tell the truth here. And we could find ourselves in a situation where we're not seeing no knockout. We're not seeing no knockout rounds. We're going on a 5th and 6th. I mean, we're going on. I can't even keep track of how many songs have been released by these two parties, but it seems like it's the West versus Joey right now. I know Joey's trying to spawn some of the East Coast, but he's also benefiting. Please don't tell me I got a notification he just dropped again. Did he just drop again? Okay, no. That was earlier. Long story short, we're not seeing no knockout. We're not seeing any knockout rounds so far. So we could run into a Medane situation where it gets really, really stealth, really, really fast, because these guys are running off material like it is nothing. So that's my two things that I want to advise these two parties is to everybody kind of know we've been on a heater, but let's slow it down a little bit. Slow it down a little bit, but also we need one of these guys to even give I mean, I don't know, maybe last night Joey's record last night, and I know he dropped again. Let's take a peek at his record from last night, Joey's record from last night. See what we can get.
Hey, yo, y'all niggas must forgot, man. Y'all niggas done fucked up now, man. You know what I'm saying? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Y'all niggas thought this was, man. Nigga, fuck a 20v1, nigga. I'll take anybody. Take all y'all niggas, man. Y'all niggas won. Look, your days is numbered like days of summer. Rain or shine, I'ma bring that thunder. You talking like I can't see light. Yeah, okay. The question is, it me v you or you v Ray? Either way, these.
I like that line. I like the whole. I mean, now we know the whole light bars is going to be used. I mean, they're going to beat that shit into the ground. And also, Joey claims that Daylight heard his cipher months in advance. So this whole notion that Daylight has been predicting Joey's bars and his angles and stuff like that is fabricated. That's what Joey says. But I did like that little scheme there.
Zales getting passed out, lights off when I black out. Swerving in the lane with me, you better crash out. You niggas lightweight, I swear I ain't even maxed out. No matter what stage they put you on, you still assed out. The thirst for attention is sad. Nothing you could say could take away that such shit you said on Vlad. I would say I'ma get on your ass, but you might like that. I'm smoking all you niggas in the blunt. This the light pack, the irony for months. They told Joey to fight back. Now every punchline they need a crutch and an ice pack. You silly with the uppercuts, video proof. Fuck y'all niggas still tweeting for. Get in the booth, I'm ready to truth.
Get in the fucking booth. Rappers, get in the booth. You heard them. All rappers, get in the booth. Stay off the timeline and get in the fucking booth. It's that simple. It's that simple. You heard the man. Get in the booth, man. Get in the booth. APB out, man. All call. All rappers, get in the booth. I'm talking from South Central. I'm talking from the West. I'm talking from the East, down South, Midwest, up North. J. Cole, where y'all at? Anybody heard from Dreamville? Has anybody heard from Dreamville? Anybody heard from Jid, Boz, Cole? Cole was running around with this moniker for 2-3 years that he was the best rapper alive. Niggas is rapping. Come outside. Come outside, nigga. Niggas is rapping. And that's what I'm saying. This is the perfect opportunity. We got nothing but space and opportunity, man. They got the whole ISO right now just on this rap battle. Shit. Tag somebody in. North Carolina close to New York. J. Cole's like a substitute New York rapper. New York couldn't. They tried Joey. They tried ASAP Rocky. They tried all these niggas, and it didn't work. So, New York accepted J. Cole as their own. Shane says, bitch, don't start. I'm just saying, come on, man. Come on, man. This is what I'm saying. Everybody knows Joey trying to bark up the Kendrick tree. Joey want Kendrick to come out. Kendrick don't got to come out. Kendrick's the heavyweight champion of the world right now. He determines his next matchup. And it ain't going to be with little Joey Badman. It's not going to be with Joey Badman. It's not going to be with Unique. It's not going to be with an actor that that's playing Inspect the Deck. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say Joey is putting on a nice showcase out there. And, I mean, he's doing a lot of the flipping and Kenny's name and say my name 3 times like Candyman. He getting on the record talking about Kenny. He's saying Kendrick's name I'm hearing Kendrick nicknames in ways I've never heard before. He's using every little bit that he can to draw the boogeyman out. And what I equated this to is kind of sort of like, it's almost like, you guys remember the Money in the Bank matches where you could cash it. If you won the Money in the Bank, you could cash that Money in the Bank in at your leisure anytime you want, right? And it seems like to me, Kendrick's on a stadium tour with SZA, coming off of the hottest rap battle we've probably seen thus far, coming off of a studio album in GNX, multi-platinum album, coming off of, I think he has the number 1 song in the world still for 14 weeks. And Joey Badass is using this moment as a great opportunist would to try to lure that man out who is on a tour. And I know a lot of people out there are going to say, well, that happens all the time. Drake was on tour, yada, 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 yada. Yeah, this is all true. The point of the matter is when you're the heavyweight champion of the world, when you're the Nas that just KO'd Hove, you determine your next clause. That's how this works. And as you guys can see, TDE is spawning out Lil Snoopy. They're spawning out Lil Snoopy and their minions all over Joey Badass. Before you can get to the final boss, you got to deal with Rayvon. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with Rayvon. You got to deal with AZ Cheek. You got to deal with Daylight. And if you're lucky enough to even get through them, which so far I will say Joey's holding up his end of the bargain. I know East Coast niggas pipe down. Joe Budden, calm down. Everybody calm down. Hold your bridges. Calm down. But Joey is representing the East Coast very well right now, I must say. But there's a big but on this. If he is able to get through to them, if he's able to defeat a Daylight, if he's able to defeat a Rayvon, if he's able to defeat all these other Reason and all these other substitute bench warming ass niggas, then guess what? You got to come through TDE the Mafia. We giving you the substitute niggas right now. You know what I'm saying? He called them ass cheeks. He did. Because why would you have your name? Why would it be that close to you in a rap battle? Hey, AZ Chike, I know that niggas on the West think that this is their moment to hop in. I need to share this. Hold on. I know West Coast niggas think that this is their moment to hop in and get their moment. And AZ Chike is kind of popping. He released a record last week and had a video and this and that. This is the typical way that you get popping. Even with someone like Rayvon, who released an album, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, really, really, really good body of work. It's called The Dollar Menu. Really good body of work. And Rayvon, let me tell you something. Lil ass Rayvon can rap his ass off. He reminds me, I've said it from the start, he reminds me of a West Coast Meek Mills. I call him Lil Snoopy. And not Lil Snoop from like you know, that whole, you know, rest in peace, little Snoop and stuff like that. Not that little Snoop. I'm just talking about little, like Scooby, little Snoopy. He seemed like he got a little Kenny in him. He got a little short man. He got a little short man syndrome. You know what I'm saying? And he's always ready to get pretty down and dirty and pretty disrespectful. And so I understand that this is like a moment to spawn for the West, spawn artists and kind of go on a little run, especially off the backs of what Kendrick did last year. However, there is a however. These are substitute niggas. You know what I'm saying? These are substitute niggas. If you are lucky enough, Joey Badman, to get through this first line of defense, Top Dog got it all lined up. You're going to have to deal with Absol next. You're going to have to deal with Schoolboy Q, and you're going to have to deal with J-Rock. You is not getting to Kenny. Hell, they going to spawn baby fucking Keem in this motherfucker. And SZA, they going to throw all hands is going to be on deck before you able to get to. And one of these niggas going to be able to put you down, Joey Badman. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you got bars for all these niggas. But maybe you do. Maybe I'm wrong. You trying to, you know, get an LLC for TD East, which I think was a funny little flip. But, you know, I'm hearing that, you know, niggas are saying over on y'all's coast that Ice Spice runs y'all's coast. I don't know. That's just what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that Ice Spice runs shit over there. That's just what I'm hearing. I ain't heard nobody really dispute much of that. I heard it kind of get grades passed. But the point of the matter is, same politics that goes on the East Coast, it goes on the West Coast. Man, you ain't about to just be able to rap your ass off and then be able to sit down and talk with Hov or throw records at Hov. Shane says, Joey's rapping better than I ever thought he could. Now, that's the thing. That's the thing about Joey. I'm shocked that Mr. Badass was able to, my point earlier about money in the bank. This is Joey's money in the bank opportunity, guys, and he's cashing it in at the perfect time. And I know I can't remember. I think it was like 3 records ago now that he kind of alluded to this, like basically, essentially, like, ha, nigga, I'm cashing in my money in the bank now. So like, y'all gonna have to deal with me. He said that he's the real boogeyman, and I kind of like this angle because I know Doc played this angle, the whole good guy angle. So you can kind of, you know, sneak up on niggas, and then, you know, turn into this whole other beast, which Joey is turning into a lyrical beast, which we know when we were introduced to Joey in the pro era. Shout out to Capital Steez. Daylight. I don't know how I felt about the whole Daylight situation in the Capital Steez picture and stuff like that. The song actually ended up being like a tribute to Capital Steez. So I thought that was a little bit dope. But in the middle of a rap battle, I don't know. It kind of gave me Heart Part 6 Drake waving a white flag type deal. Although I know that ain't the angle Daylight is aiming for because he ain't waving no white flag. This is a battle rap legend. And the records that he pushed was kind of dope. I just think that he needs work on marketing and kind of some of the angling. And he's rough around the edges, to say the least. Daylight is very rough around the edges. But anyways, Joey is clearly cashing in the money in the bank right now, and he is trying to garner up a championship match with the heavyweight champion of the world, which is Mr. Kendrick Lamar right now. And he's doing it at the I don't know where he got the suitcase. I don't remember him having a money in the bank match. I mean, but I always, you know what? I'm not mad at this. And the reason why I'm not mad at this, let me tell you something. There is a rapper out there that raps his ass off, y'all. He raps his ass off. He's on a prominent label. He's dropped a pretty great project, or pretty good to great project, a few years ago called The Never Story. And he's just always got it with such potential. And I think he's one of Kendrick's understudies, and that's Jid. And I've been saying for years, Jid been wanting to do exactly what Joey Badass is doing today. And it's really, really sad that this is, once again, there's a couple niggas in this industry that just somehow end up getting they get the Meg treatment, the Meg from Family Guy treatment, where, and there's 3 guys that come to mind. It's Jid, it's Big Sean, and it's Reason. Those 3 niggas get ignored. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it in the sense like, oh, these niggas is really dope and they get ignored. I don't know why. No, I'm saying it in the sense of y'all deserve to be ignored. Period. You got Big Sean's dumb goof ass in the cipher going first again. How many fucking times, Sean, can you let the same wrestling move pin you? How many fucking times, Big Sean, can you let the same old rope-a-dope move get you? You know what I'm saying? It's like you haven't learned a thing at all. You let Kendrick go after you on Control. You let him go after you on Holy Key. You drop an album last year and Kendrick and Drake stomp all on that. Then you do an interview with Charlemagne, and I think something else. Future and Metro Boomin came out with an interview next. Everything Big Sean does gets stepped on, and it's just quite embarrassing. And it's really the story of his life. He's always played third or fourth or fifth fiddle when it comes to. It had always gone Kendrick, Cole, Drake, obviously being the big three. Then you got Future. Then you had Wale. Then you had a nigga like Big Sean. You know what I'm saying? Even when Big Sean was out there slapping records left and right, he was all in the club and he was rapping his ass off. But I just never thought that he was Cole, Kendrick, or Drake. I never thought that. Never, ever thought that. And it's really sad because Sean rapped his ass off in that cipher. Sean rapped his ass off in that cipher. Let me tell y'all, Sean rapped his ass off in that cipher. However, you let Absol go behind you. And then on top of that, y'all let Joey get the ISO and still the whole fucking shine. So shout out to the cipher. Let me see. Joey Badass cipher. And this was the Red Bull cipher. Let me see if I can get any of it on here.
Fuck it, hey, you going nowhere fast, but from your view, you can.
Hey, you got set up. You knew you was going. You got set up from the jump. He got set up again, and he knew it. He knew it. Shane said, we got to stop doing that, calling them substitute niggas. This is good for rap. I agree. I didn't see that comment. I agree. And that's the thing is that when it's kind of like when you talk to people that are into the economy and that kind of stuff, you know, in America, it's always been a thing that small businesses uphold, you know, and kind of shield and is the foundation of our country, right? Small businesses. That's why you got, that's a story for another day. The point of the matter is, in a crew, you're only as good as your worst nigga. You know what I'm saying? So same to be said with this rap shit is when you got the substitute niggas, I call them the substitute niggas. When you got the substitute niggas rapping real well and getting the limelight like these guys are getting, because right now they're getting the ISO. Nothing's going on in the culture. We don't got news about ICE. I mean, there's the Diddy situation that's going on. But like as far as music output and shit like that, it's been a whole year for West Coast niggas to step up and shine. But then you got this evil, sinister nigga coming in at the last minute, like I said, cashing in his money in the bank. And I don't know what it is with this East Coast hate with the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? And Joey said something on one of his records where he challenged the West and said, how many more rappers gonna die on y'all's watch, essentially, which is a legit case to be made. Because all our greats, you know, when there's beef and they're smoking and they go out west, they end up dead. And the West kills its own too. You know what I'm saying? The West done killed their own. So Pac done died out west. Nipsey done died out west. Easy. I mean, list goes on and on. And that's why it's really important for this beef to stay on wax. Because we're talking about East and West right now, two coasts that get active. They really get active And they got a long, and this ain't just Pac and Big. They got a long tenured history regarding this kind of matter. So really important. I'm glad that it's staying so far so good as far as it's staying on wax. I don't think anybody's really crossed the line. Now you want disrespectfulness and stuff. That's all par for the course. That's part of battle rap and shit. But you don't want it to get too, there's a line. And I'm not saying that there's a line that shouldn't be crossed, because it just depends on what kind of battle you're in. Obviously, the battle that we seen last year, lines were crossed, and both people was throwing dirt on each other, and that's just what that was. So it was a mudslinging contest. This, I don't think it has to be that, although now we're seeing the whole Diddy angle and shit like that. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that. I don't know why Vince Staples just tweeted out his album. Okay. But the point of the matter is, when rap is good, when you got niggas like this rapping at the bottom. Shane says, Daylight always going to take shit a little too far, LOL. For sure. So far, I think he's been all right. The Capital Steez thing, like I said, was a little distasteful, the cover art and shit. But he ended up flipping it, try to surprise element, nigga. It's a tribute song, whatever. But I wasn't feeling the move. And again, these niggas are so clowned out, they're stepping on their own records anyway. But anyways, back to Big Sean being a goof. He's such a goofy that he is letting them set him up for the Okadoke again.
Never tell, no wonder, cause you live your life based on a carousel. You bums could probably teach a masterclass on taking L's. Truth is, if you wake up hating life, then you hate yourself.
Damn, that's how you feel, bro?
You see, most niggas crack under pressure, but I'm a natural to think.
Oh, he posted his baby mom too. I did not know that. See, and that's where it's like, all right, because first off, this is supposed to be a friendly fade. These niggas know each other. Absol set this up. Shout out to Absol. Shout out to the Red Bull. I think the Red Bull podcast or something. I don't know what it is. Red Bull studio. But yeah, this was sponsored by Red Bull. That whole cipher that kicked this shit off. But yeah, if we could kind of stay away from that kind of shit, that'd be dope. And just kind of keep it strictly about the bars. And right now, I ain't gonna lie, Joey hitting y'all over the head with all types of crowbars. Daylight that has some bars. Rayvon done gave me the energy that I needed. Reason, please shut the fuck up. Now, Reason did get summoned out. He got called. I love the fact that Reason got summoned out. I love it. I love the fact that Reason was forced out because he was used in Joey's first response as kind of like the forgotten nigga, like that was the bar about Reason. Like, oh, y'all dumped Reason because he's trash. And I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, that's exactly what I said. I've been calling for, whoa, did he get fat? I've been calling for Reason to get dropped from TDE for literally the better part of 5 years. And I definitely didn't like how he moved through the Kendrick and Drake beef when he picked Drake to win at first. I'm like, yeah, dog, you're done. You know what I'm saying? That's just a big no-no. You're done. That's why Joey said, you talking about baby moms, but you got a daughter too. Oh, right. And that's where this leads to. Now we know everybody got the angles. We're going. They're spamming the P Diddy and Joey bars. That has been spammed. I like Joey's retort because I've always said that Drake is so goddamn dumb. That's the thing. Aubrey had all the tools in the shed. He just don't know how to use the tools, and he don't know how to unlock the shed. That's Aubrey's issue. You know what I'm saying? Aubrey had all the tools in the shed, just don't know how to use them. And the reason why I say that, because when you got Kendrick going at the whole pedophile, the PDF file angle, the fact that you didn't rub Diddy's close relationship, Diddy and Hove have a close relationship with Top Dog and Kendrick. And I love Joey's retort that, oh, okay, y'all keep with this Diddy angle, but like, what about your boss? You know what I'm saying? He said he flipped that Diddy angle hard. So yeah, but I seen Dot there too. Exactly. So come out. If y'all got a problem with the Diddy parties, come out and say Dot shouldn't have been there. Come out and say what was Top Dog doing in the 50-foot bed. You know, And that's what Drake should have like honed on that angle. Like, okay, well, like nigga, you stand next to Dr. Dre. Like you're playing the morale police and pedophile police, but like, what about your relationship with Dr. Dre? Do you not love Dr. Dre? But he's dumb. He's extremely dumb. So that's neither here nor there. There was something I just seen that I wanted to bring up. Fuck. Something I just seen that I wanted to bring up. Oh, yeah, they keep on with the whole Diddy angle and stuff like that, which it's funny. You know, Diddy's in. You know, the trial started now. It's the talk of the town and shit. I get it, but kind of played out with that. But again, these guys have to be really careful on. To me, none of these people are operating with a team behind them necessarily. Obviously, Rayvon is. And that's why he's a little bit more calculated in his drops. They're using Rayvon as a grenade. Rayvon is not the missile or the nuke. He is the grenade. He is there to disrupt all Joey's motion. And I think Joey is falling for the trap because he's doing the whole, I'll take on the whole West Coast. I'll do this. I'll do that. You're going to burn yourself thin. And by the time you get to K-Dot, I don't know, shit, maybe you already got bars written up for him. Maybe you got pages. I don't know what kind of fan you are. Maybe you got notes written up on the nigga. Maybe you got pages. Maybe you got the diary. You know, maybe you got a diary with 4 candles lit next to it. You know, I don't know what kind of shit you want. But like I said, you got a long list. I like Joey poking at Dre too. Said, I'm waiting on you niggas like y'all still waiting on Detox. Exactly. And the thing is, you know, Joey could turn this into a coastal thing. And the West is not going to be able to get to do what they did to Drake, which was Drake's weak point, and Kendrick's vantage point, which was turn a whole coast against Drake. Because as we seen, no one wanted to step out when Drake alluded to the 20v1. But now today we are seeing an actual real life 20v1 and what it really looks like. And Joey is actually standing on his own too and going up doing a 20v1. And the sad thing is Joey's trying to tag somebody in, and I don't know, niggas ain't tagging in. Now you did get Loaded Lux. Who hopped on the Joey Badass record last night, which I thought was a good relief, and it gave Joey some bars off. Obviously, he's a legend in the battle rap scene, and people have been waiting on Daylight and Loaded Lux. So somehow, some way, we're getting into this. But it's really, I'm really curious. I told Hunter last week, I'm like, man, I want niggas to tag in so bad. This is everybody's moment. Dreamville, where are you at? I'm not gonna stop saying it. Shane wants me to stop saying it. I ain't gonna stop saying it. Somebody tag in, nigga, and y'all don't even got tag on Joey's side. Y'all don't even got tag. Just guard everybody guard your yard. The West is guarding their yard. The East is guarding Joey holding up the East. This nigga out here like the Statue of Liberty. You know what I'm saying? Like Joey holding up the whole fucking East Coast himself. But I'm waiting to see who tags in. Are we gonna get a Benny the Butcher? Can we get a Conway sighting? Can we get a West Gun sighting? Can we get a Nick Caution sighting? Can we get Joey? Where your pro era niggas at? That's what Rayvon said. Where your pro era niggas at? You talking all this shit about TDE? Where your niggas at, Joey? You know what I'm saying? And Joey just has to be very, very careful not to fall into the West Coast trap because they are on him. West Coast niggas move like piranhas. That's what I've learned through not just this Joey exchange, but last year's beef. They move like piranhas. It's going to be one motion all together, a big swim, a big sea of fish all together, moving together to chop your ass up. And Joey ain't going to know. Hearing about a week, Joey ain't going to know who to swing at. And eventually you could get to a point where non-response to certain bars, like not responding to the Ice Spice bar and shit like that. If a nigga starts throwing haymakers at you, that's the thing in these beef, in these rap wars. If niggas start throwing haymakers and they go unanswered, they become wins. They become dubs in a column. You know what I'm saying? The scorekeeper got to start tallying that shit up. So as Joey continues his 20v1 journey, he has to be careful not wearing himself down because as we get closer and closer to the ramp it up and get what we're going to see is haymakers be thrown, punches be thrown, and Joey's not going to be able to respond to them all. So it's going to look a certain way. So I don't know. Joe, you might have to dust off your mic. Joe might have to dust off his mic. Obviously, we know the East Coast legends ain't getting in this. And we know that the person behind Joey right now, the real battle, guys, that's going on is between this man and this man. Okay? Now follow me along. You say, well, they're both East Coast legends. I think we got one from Brooklyn and we got one from Queensbridge, right? And I don't know why. I mean, I know why. They are ready to get Hove out of the picture. That's what's going on, guys. Hove is heavily involved in TDE's affairs. He's involved in a lot of the Kendrick moves and stuff like that. And contrary to popular belief, this man was backing the OVO regimen. The OVO regime, I should say. He was backing Drizzy Drake. If you guys remember the spinny chain and the Family Matters video, 50 tweeted out the link and all that stuff. And it's really crazy to see because if you guys know, 50 has close proximity to both parties. He's been really close to Top Dog and Kendrick and tutored Kendrick along the way and stuff like that. But I am here to say 50 deep, but it ain't deep enough. That's what I'm here to say. These two guys are definitely behind the scenes. It's they're playing musical chairs for power. And like Kendrick said, Hove right now has the money and the power both gyrating. And niggas is ready to unseat Hove. That's what this comes down to. Niggas is ready to unseat the king. And right now the king is using his proxies to get at other potential rising kings. It is not falling on me, the fact that Hove and Drake have had a weird, tumultuous relationship for over a decade. Hove has tried to lend Drake advice, met to no avail. They've made up. They've done records together. Drake has been heavily inspired by Hove. You got the title situation that we covered on here ad nauseum. But there has been beef there. Obviously, we know the whole Super Bowl gig with Lil Wayne getting let down and Drake, and then the Nicki Minaj spaz attack where Nicki was off her fucking rocker again and she was attacking Jay-Z. So we're really seeing these two men and their proxies go at it. And it's crazy that we're seeing Hove kind of back the West Coast right now. Hove is behind this West Coast resurgence. He is heavily behind Dot. And you got 50, I think, who is propping up Joey Badass during this beef. So I don't know who Joey's going to be able to tag in. ASAP Rocky is still inside of Rihanna. The nigga hasn't been in a booth since he's tasted any inch of Rihanna. Like I said, you got the Griselda boys. But I really am curious to see who Joey is going to be able to tag. And also, I'm really, if Big Sean has something to say, and this is Big Sean's problem. Nigga, make yourself relevant in this situation. You know what I'm saying? You need to make yourself relevant in this situation. It doesn't just have to be about Kendrick and Joey. It doesn't just have to be about Daylight and Joey. It doesn't have to just be about Rayvon. It doesn't just have to be about Kendrick. It doesn't just have to be about Hove. And it doesn't just have to be about 50. Big Sean, this is your moment. Make yourself relevant. You were part of the ground. You were on ground zero. You know what I'm saying? You kicked this whole shit off with the cipher, and you did a damn good job on your cipher. And once again, it's falling on deaf ears. We can even just read the comments. Let's just go through the comments on the cipher. That's what we'll do. Let's see some of the comments. Give me a second. All right. Look, first comment. And Sean is for the trillionth time in a situation where he did a wonderful verse and is still obscured from someone else's work. Like, how does Sean find himself in the middle of everybody's beef? Big Sean, best flow. Absol, best style, wordplay. Joey, best bars and competitive edge. 7 days later, and who would imagine everything came out of this cipher? Exactly. I'm exhausted, man. We've never seen really the amount of records exchanged like this. In fact, I want to get a timeline on the records. Let me see if I can find some sort of timeline on the records. Nope, I don't want to hear that. But, I mean, we have not gotten a break at all. Okay, I got the timeline on the record here. So, we get the Red Bull Freestyle last week. Then we get the Red Bull Spiral Freestyle. That was May 13th. It's only May 20th. Then we get Rayvon the next day. We get Joey Badass responding the next day. We get Reason, I like Dead Apple. I did. AZ Chike the 19th. He kicked off the Monday. Monday was just loaded. Monday and Tuesday have been loaded. We got AZ Chike. We got Daylight. We got CJ Stingray, irrelevant. K Cash. These are the New York niggas that, like, everybody's saying it's a 20v1, but, like, Jay Wan done come in. Niggas done came in on Joey's behalf. They just ain't these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Joey Badass at night with My Town, with Loaded Lux. That shut shit down. Rayvon this morning, or no, late into the night, he dropped Golden Eye, which I thought was a great response. And again, like I'm telling you guys, Rayvon is used as the grenade. He's there. He's the banana peel in the Mario Karts. You know, he's Top Dog and Jay-Z and Kendrick and them's banana peel, where you love, where you get to, get in that wonder box and you get lucked up with the banana peel that you could throw back at your competition so they can slip on. That's what they're using Rayvon as. Then you got Daylight. Daylight was supposed to be the main course. Not working the way it's supposed to, but he's supposed to be the main course right now. But I think that they're going to have to call Absol. They're going to have to call Absol to be able to deal with Joey. That's just my personal belief. But, yeah, you got Crash Dummy today. You got I Can't Hold You. This, I don't know what that is. Word is Bond. And then J3 Hitta J3, Kendrick's cousin. Then came out with The Last Supper. I have not heard that record. But this is all in a week and a couple of days. And I'm, like, as you see here, I am absolutely tired. I'm tired.
Break them down to the atom, then split them when I hit them. Rayvon was so last week. Now I'm hearing shit about some nigga named Ash Cheek who wanna be the next victim. How many top dogs will it take to sick them? Trying to take a bite out the apple is just forbidden. I'ma break them down to the atom, then split them when I hit them. With the finisher, eyes on the prize, hand on my fire. Don't make me pull it, sir. Better be wise, cause if it would occur, I'm dotting T's.
I love that little scheme right there. I love that little scheme that he did right there. I will say I could hear a lot of the forced punches and stuff like that with the Whittaker and all that shit. But I love the way he was rapping over that. I like that pocket he was in and how he was aggressive. Listen, Joey doesn't seem scared. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that it takes in these moments is like being able to shit or get off the pot, being able to step up to the moment. And saying a nigga is so last week is funny as fuck. And real shit though. It is. It's like, boy, that shit was last week. I'm done with you. But again, to my point from earlier, Joey has to be careful with this because the West Coast, their tactic is going to be to wear Joey down. Wear him down. Wear this monster down because right now, and that wasn't that our goal with the 100v1 with the gorilla. We just gonna have to wear the fucker down. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna have to wear the fucker down because we can't get 5 men on him. That ain't gonna work. And right now the West got 5 sicked on Joey. My advice, Jawan and my other guy, Jawan and whoever else it was, just move out the way. All of y'all are doing, I want niggas to get involved, but I want the right niggas to get involved. And it has to be organized. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the 2000s with the Joe Budden mixtape era and shit like that. Even then, they spaced it out. It'd be a few weeks, a few months and shit like that. You had to get it mixed and mastered properly and all this other shit. But I understand that the technology we got allows us to be able to drop right. But this timeline is sick. You know what I'm saying? We got from the 13th. So we're literally a week in and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 records. We have 16 records, man. It's hard to keep up for the average viewer. It's really, really, really hard to keep up. And it's not doing you guys a great service because even the people that are fake keeping up, they're not really able. I forget some of these. 90% of these records I done forgot. I remember Whole Era. I really like that. Obviously, I remember the Cypher. I remember the finals. I remember a little bit of Dead Apple, and then from there, I'm a little bit like I'm spinning around. I'm really spinning around. I'm really struggling keeping it up. I don't even know where we're at with the narrative. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know who's flipping whose bars. I don't know. The point of the matter is they got to slow down just a little bit. And let me see back to these. See if I can share this. Let's see what else I agree with here. Okay. Yeah, he took 3 to 5 shots. Joey just in the West Coast in front of Absol is crazy. Yeah, how many views this got? We're up to 2 million views. Not bad.
Thing about living by the gun is you shouldn't have to. And if you can't reach for peace, I hope you have too. A lot of y'all my seeds, I see Janae should have had you. A lot of y'all confused tough skin for having tattoos, but that's what 6 cents is for, like when you had 2. Plus they gonna try to discredit you when you black too.
Sean don't bring the voice. Sean don't bring the right voice. That's just the issue. Sean just does not bring the right voice to these ciphers or to a battle. And don't think, Sean, you're off the hook for that interview shit with Charlamagne. Kendrick's still going to slap you up a little bit. He's going to rough you up a little bit. And that's just what that's going to be. He's going to give you a little swirly, nigga. And that's exactly what you deserve. Sean, that's all Sean deserves, a little swirly. And those fake abs, nigga. Those abs that you posted when you was doing your album rollout. I feel bad for Sean. I really do. There's 2 niggas that dropped this year or like, in this little year cycle that niggas we ain't even blinking. And it's Lil Baby and Big Sean. These niggas done dropped albums. And like nobody remembers them at all. Like that. They didn't even have life in their album cycle. You know what I'm saying? But Sean just doesn't give the right energy. The bars are nice. The words is nice. It's almost like this nigga should have just been a ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, Sean has a particular delivery, and he has a what's the word I'm looking for? He has a template delivery. In fact, Drake early on was accused of taking a lot of Sean's flows, which you can hear, especially early on. Drake, if you're reading This Is Too Late era and that kind of 2015, 2014 era, the No Lie and all that shit, he was rapping a lot like Big Sean. And so I do have to give Big Sean the credit for it. He did have a template on how he was rhyming. But I'm just saying during the cypher, he ain't punching hard enough. The voice, it's the delivery.
The drop jams went diamond, but my favorite is Angie Stone. My drive back, that bitch on cruise.
See, I love that. I love that line about Angie Stone. A lot of people slept on that line. That's some really shit.
Like Katie Holmes, been flipping out in this bitch since it was camera phones. Know you great when you uncomfortable.
Now let's hear how
about missing. Man, I told you that in confidence, big bro. Had to do me like that, man. Come on. Hey, man, fuck it. Let me remove the cap. My lady told me somebody told me that my career was in the trash. Something about missing my window or something. I wanted to laugh and shatter the glass he was referring to. Cause he ain't got a clue of what I turn into when I enter the booth. Neither do I, but I do know that kryptonite is not an issue. Plus the cape will be navy blue. You stuck in the lowest lane, it ain't a bird or a plane. And I'm rather faster than Burner's Bane. Anyway, respect the gang in them.
Okay.
Your paper thin, featherweight.
Yeah.
And your paper thin, like you never bang. You don't pay what you wear, fuck is you even saying? Even if you was related to Shaba, you wouldn't make rank. On my mama, your men of honor just made plank. Huh? The rule is back, in fact, I never left. In which case, Joey, you put me in a sticky predicament. I had to show solidarity to my syndicate.
Come on, soul.
Nah, you know anybody can get it in such a way that it'll make any physician conflicted. But listen, the 47 still on my tricep. Pass the pot, let me scale it, I'm quite the chef. Pro era, the masters that ain't never incorrect.
That's
but it's still TDE till 3000 and forever. Light was
See, and that's the difference right there. When Ab gets into this pocket here, it's more Sean don't know how to flex properly, and he don't know how to. Ab just did a crazy little connection, and then he did something that's really dope. When I love when rappers do it, where you thought you knew where he was going. But then he kind of changed it at the last minute and said it's still TDing until forever. After shouting out pro era and shit like that, then it was like psych. It was like a kind of like a psych nigga. Yeah, right. And Sean just don't got that cleverness in him. He's really witty, and that's about it. And then obviously you got badasses bars and just the aggression.
I never hate the West Coast, but since niggas coming for Joe, fuck it, then let's go. Niggas must have forgot what I said on Control. There's still a bunch of sensitive rappers in they pajama clothes, I guess. This ain't no East versus West, I just think that I'm the best. As a matter of fact, I know these bars could put bad boys on death row. Kinda crazy how Shook and Puff in jail though. Yo, I was at the party, but I never seen a freak off. Instead of battle rap on stage showing his cheeks off. Fuck type of time these niggas be on, ain't no daylight saving, no sunshine.
Hey, Joey, keep alluding to, and I seen the video. Daylight, you having your ass out like that is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Shane said, I hate him calling Big Sean Big Bro. Big time. You're just always suckering Sean. You can butter Sean up. That's Sean's problem. He's too nice. Too nice. You could just butter him up. Just too nice.
Thin line between the trolls and the weirdos. You're clowning for attention, but wearing masks like Piero. See through your raps, it's clear, bruh. Get your ass capped trying to fuck with the PRO. I ain't worried about son, this world revolve around my house, son, this world revolve around. Trying to fuck with the PRO. I ain't worried about son, this world revolve around mine. You ain't no Copernicus, nigga, you move on my time. Told you I would let you shine, give you space to coexist. Cause when I playing it in line, now they like getting eclipsed. Supernova over, no, I gotta keep it lit. Make the conversation.
See, you could tell that Joey's from the school of Wu-Tang and Inspector Deck and Redman and Method Man and that crew there. You could just tell that he's from that lineage, man. The way he's rhyming, that then how he does the tone inflections and when he gets more aggressive, he got his fingers up in the air, pointing at the camera and shit like that. That's what Sean is missing. But yeah, that was essentially the cipher, and that's what kicks this off. Besides Joey's horrible records that he had released a few months ago, but let me know what you guys think. I got Joey Badass up on the score right now, currently against the whole entire West. Now I know people are making it seem like it's really a 20v1, which essentially it is. But as we've seen on the list there is plenty of East Coast rappers that have jumped in on Joey's behalf, but they're just not moving any needle. Fortunately for the West right now, the people that are kind of moving and shaking shit out there for them right now, AZ Chike, he got a little bit of momentum. Obviously, you got Daylight, battle rap, underground legend, and then you got Ray Vaughn, right? Who is a TDE up-and-coming star, and he has the whole TDE conglomerate behind him. So that's way better than having the other people that Joey Badass has had jumped in that we don't know. Kai Cash and CJ Fly and all these other people, like, please save it. But ultimately, I still think with all that said and done, at the end of the day, I'm just liking Joey's momentum. I'm liking his rhythm. I'm loving the bars. I'm loving his beat selection, besides a few little bit tweaks here and there. And I think that he's rapping deserving enough to get Kendrick's attention, because I know that's what he wants, right? He's wanting the showdown between him and Kenny. I don't think we're going to get that. I think we might get Kendrick's going to release a deluxe, or he might release the Bodies record, and there is still rumor of a TDE compilation album coming. And on some of that, you will hear bars fitted towards Drake. You will hear bars fitted towards Cole. You will definitely hear bars fitted towards Sean, and you will get some bars for Joey Badass. I don't think that we'll get an all-out battle between these two. I do think that they're swinging they're in two different weight classes. Kendrick is literally going to have to hike down a mountain to be able to talk to Joey Badass at this stage in their careers. I love Joey Badass. I've followed Joey Badass literally when I say his entire career. I followed Joey Badass's entire career, and I, like Shane said, shockingly, surprisingly. I mean, not to me. I know that he was introduced to us, and Joey Badass was the 17-year-old kid that could fucking rap, and so he was like the next prodigal son. I don't want people to get this construed and twisted up. Joey Badass had the most. Joey Badass was known as like, okay, the nigga that was gonna hold up New York big time, and it just didn't pan out like that. He did give us some classic mixtapes with 1999 and Before the Cash, and then I did like his most recent record. I mean, not his most recent record, but if you have to guess someone to tag in, who would you think? From the East Coast, I'm waiting on the Griselda niggas. I can't think of anybody else from the East Coast that can actually. ASAP Ferg is a candidate, but it's like, really, do I really want to hear him? I also think that, and the sick part of my brain, I also think that Drake in some sort of way might try to like get behind Joey or like try to like, your enemy is my enemy, so we're friends type shit. So I could see that. But yeah, the East Coast, especially particularly up there in New York and stuff, it's a struggle right now, such a struggle. And I don't know who can tag in, but I definitely wouldn't mind. Also, like I'm saying, Shane, this isn't a bad time for your man to hop out. This isn't a bad time for Cole to hop out and warm up and just send some bars, man. He don't gotta send them Kenny's way. He don't gotta send them TDE directly ways, but yeah, Conway. I said Conway already got bars ready. I feel like, yeah, I wouldn't mind if Conway. See, if Conway gets involved, guys, let me tell y'all something. If Conway gets involved, we're gonna have something else on our hand. Because if you give me Conway, Joey, let's say we get Conway, Joey, ASAP Ferg, and then some other Joey's other syndicates that we looked at, Kai Cash, Jawan, CJ Fly. Let's say, the little niggas, the substitutes. But we get Joey and Conway, right? That's gonna spawn some shit. We gonna have to. The West gonna have to use some energy to deal with Conway. That's just what that is. The West Side gun flip's gonna be nasty for sure. See, but that's gonna spawn Ab to come outside. Schoolboy might have to, put the golf clubs up, put his daughter to bed, and come on outside. Hey, TDE, man, y'all on the clock. Man. I know y'all got y'all's little nigga out there, y'all's little grenade nigga out there, little Snoopy. But little Snoopy is just holding Joey Badass off. He's just there to distract Joey Badass from his entree. Joey's looking for his main course meal, and Rayvon's number one job, Top Dog said, "Hey, you gonna get in there." It was really Punch. It was Punch and Musa. They said, "Hey, you gonna get in there? You gonna annoy the fuck out of him? Just annoy Joey Badass." My money on Conway to jump out soon. I'm not mad. Once New York continues to get behind this, and that's another thing that's going on that you guys got to pay attention to. Guys got to pay attention to. Man, we got New York couldn't be seasoned more. You know what I'm saying? Like, New York is on fire right now. You got the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals about to go up against the Pacers. Man, New York is buzzing. Benny to industry. Nah, but this is Benny's moment. Benny dropped the album last year and flopped. This is your moment. You know what I'm saying? This is your moment. Rappers, get in the fucking booth. This is y'all's moment, bro. Get in the booth. Lupe, we know you got something to say, nigga. Lupe, you gonna let the East Coast gonna tag Lupe in. Tag Lupe in, nigga. We sick of him acting like we sick of Lupe throwing rocks and hiding his hand. Now, listen, I'm a big Lupe fan, and I'm low-key scared for Kendrick if Lupe get involved. However, what we ain't gonna do is sit around and pretend that Lupe ain't itching to get in. Lupe damn near got put on eczema cream because he's itching so goddamn bad to get in this beef. Lupe gonna find a way to meddle his hands into this situation, guys. Look out for Lupe off the top rope. I'm telling y'all. Look out for Lupe. Kanye soon is gonna be tweeting about this. Consequence is gonna be tweeting about this somehow soon. But I'm just saying, you East Coast niggas, he gonna get Conway involved. I hope Conway pop out. Jalen Brunson gonna put out a little record. Motherfucking Josh Hart. I don't know. Benny, I wouldn't be mad if not West Side, if the Griselda people popped out. I've been wanting the TDE. Shane says, I feel like Lupe verse not gonna do it. He been getting ignored like Kanye. For sure. My biggest fear of this whole battle is that there's not a winner declared. I'm getting tired. You know what I'm saying? We're 16 records in, bro. We're literally 16 records in, and like I'm saying, they're stomping on each other's records, and I'm not able to pay attention that fast in no sense. I don't care if it was Kendrick and Drake going at it. 16 records is a lot. You know what I'm saying? To really chew on, especially the way that they're doing it so fast. These guys are releasing within minutes and hours of each other. So it's really, really, really hard. But I will say, at this juncture, at this point in time, it does seem like Joey records are sticking. His punches are landing more. Rayvon is close as far as punches being landed. I did listen to Daylight's record, and Daylight can rap his ass off, man. It's just a God-given gift that he has. There's not a bar that he has said. There's not a punchline that he has said that has reared its ugly head in this beef so far. You have to take that into account. There's a few things Joey has said that has reshaped how the West is coming. And there's a few things, I gotta be honest, there's a few things that Rayvon has said to Joey that has kind of got him responding and kind of reshaping some of his battle too. I will say it's so nice to see niggas dust off this mic and give us new records at this rapid rate. This is the most Joey has rapped in literally over 15 years. I love that Rayvon said it took a nigga from the West like me, a little nobody nigga, like you said, to get you to even rap this much. And there's a little bit of truth to that. Joey, his output hasn't been as consistent as it should have been. He's only Joey, when you look at it, he's been in this industry such a long time, and he's only 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's only 30 years old, but that just goes to show how young and prosperous this man was when he first came in. But unfortunately for rap fans, Joey found that acting bag. He found that money bag. Now, I will say he does need to slow his roll a lot on comparing himself or putting himself in a conversation with Pac as far as rapping and acting goes. Now, we know that you have bodied your role in Power and the Power Universe and Unique and this and that and that. But slow your roll, buddy. Slow your roll. You're not as good as a rapper, and you're not as good as an actor. So let's just slow your roll. You're more like you're giving Common to me. You know what I'm saying? You're very Common-ish. Now that's another thing with Joey that a lot of people don't understand. Joey is an interesting case, especially in this battle. And Styles makes fight, and that's why I'm really interested to see a matchup. I was interested to see Daylight versus Joey, and the reason why that is because hold on, I got a comment. What's the odds we get someone, Jim Jones or Method Man, to step in and help the young man out? Or does that look nasty punching at little niggas? Yeah. You answered your question at the bottom. I was already going to say that when I was reading the top. They're so far removed. And the good thing about the OGs like that, they usually respect the young man's game. They definitely ain't about to get involved in shit like this. The OGs like that, they play the politics behind the scenes. And trust me, if it really gets coastal, with Kendrick and Joey or Ab and Joey or Daylight and Joey, if it really gets coastal and shit like that, them Jim Jones, they gonna ride out. They'll definitely ride out. They'll be behind Joey and shit. And they might go up do a little Breakfast Club interview or LA Leakers interview. Well, they ain't going to LA Leakers, but they might do some sort of interview, and they might go up there and do a little freestyle and shit and throw a little bit of bars in there, but they definitely ain't getting on no records. They might get on a record. They might get on a record and help them out in that sense, but they ain't releasing no like diss records or anything like that. That ain't happening. But yeah, as far as Styles making fights is really interesting because with Joey's an interesting case because if you guys know a little bit about Joey and kind of his catalog, he is that pro era shit was like the East Coast version of what TDE's run was. You had ASAP Mob, you had Tyler and them's gang, you had Dreamville, you had Young Money, you had TDE, and there were some other groups and shit like that. But that pro era, they mirrored a lot of TDE shit, but they was like the TDE of the East, and that's why you got Joey kind of clowning saying TDE East. And they've gone up there and done, freestyles together and shit, all types of shit. Like ASAP Ferg and Joey and Kendrick and Absol, Schoolboy, they are all locked in pretty well. Even ASAP Rocky. He said, "Wish Surf was free. He would have jumped out and bodied Daylight." Yeah. Well, we got Loaded Luck, so that's the matchup that we're gonna get. This is somehow gonna result in Absol versus Joey, Daylight versus Loaded Lux, Rayvon versus like one of these young niggas. That's what this is going to ultimately result in. And if Joey somehow is able to manage to get past those final bosses, then you got to deal with Baby King, nigga. You got to deal with Baby King. You are not going to attack Kendrick. Period. It's not happening. So that's all I got for today. Let me know what you guys think below. I'm gonna upload this to the channel, clip it up and stuff like that. I'm gonna get back on probably tomorrow and do more of a detailed stream. I did not have access to my camera. I'm coming to you guys from my phone right now. So that's what I got for today. I got Joey up on the West right now. Sad to say. Absol, where you at? Dreamville, where you at? Cole, where you at? Boz, where you at? Niggas better jump in, man. This is your host, Lord of Lips, and I'm signing out with the West down below. Joey on top.